New Mexico Real Estate Principles Workbook, page 54. P. Installment sales. Installment sales rules allow a seller who finances the sale of a property to spread the tax liability over the term of the financing. The revised tax law has nearly eliminated the use of the installment sales provisions for dealers and non-dealers selling business or rental properties valued at more than $150,000. Q. Exchange of real property. Section 1031. 1. If an investment or business property is exchanged, trading equity for like property, not for cash, any gain will not be taxed currently if the following three conditions are met. A. Both the property transferred by the taxpayer and the property received by the taxpayer must be property held for productive use in trade or business or for investment. Non-taxability is not permitted if either residential property held for personal use or dealer property is transferred or received. B. There must be 1. An exchange of properties, simultaneous closings, or 2. A sale and purchase under the following conditions. A. The taxpayer must identify in writing within 45 days of the closing of the property sold the property he is going to purchase. B. Close the new transaction within 180 days. And C. Provide a qualified intermediary to receive and hold monies from the sale until used in the new purchase. 1. If a taxpayer receives money or non-like-kind property in addition to like-kind property, the money or non-like-kind property that he receives is called boot. Net mortgage relief on an exchange is classified as boot. Boot is taxable to the recipient if there is a gain on the exchange. Gain is taxed to the extent of the boot received. Therefore, the receipt of the boot may cause an otherwise qualifying tax deferred exchange to be taxable to the extent of the boot. C. The properties exchanged must be of like kind. Like-kind property is defined very broadly by the IRC. Property management. A. Property management. 1. Property management is one of the fastest growing fields in the real estate industry. In the last few years, property management has evolved into a highly specialized managerial science. 2. Due to the emphasis on real estate investments in the past decades, there has been an increasing demand for trained managers. The market for qualified managers will continue to grow and can be an excellent opportunity for a career in the real estate industry. Page 55. B. Duties of a property manager. 1. While the duties of a property manager are numerous and varied, they all focus on and relate to the two major goals of property management, which are: A, to generate the greatest possible net income for the owner over the economic life of the property, and B, to maintain and operate the property at the optimum level of efficiency and to work toward the enhancement of the property. 2. These goals should always be in the forefront during the formulation of any management plan, as well as the day-to-day decisions made by the property manager. 3. The accomplishment of these goals involves more than the collection of rent and the leasing of property. A. During a property manager's career, an owner will expect expert advice and planning in personal, accounting, people management, maintenance, advertising, interior decorating, insurance, financial planning, taxes, contracting, and landscaping. B. The property manager must be knowledgeable or have access to knowledge in all these areas and more. 4. Generally, the professional property manager's duties can be categorized into 3 major areas. A. Marketing duties. 1. Marketing duties include seeking, qualifying, and retaining tenants, the development of rent schedules, executing leases, handling tenant relationships, and developing policies for the managed property. A. Rent schedules are basic to the management plan for any property. The manager must evaluate all aspects of the property, both external and internal, in order to arrive at an optimum rent schedule that will maximize the net to the owner. B. Tenant selection is perhaps the most critical area in determining success. Selection of reliable, rent-paying, responsible tenants benefits both the owner and the manager. The screening process will usually involve credit and criminal background checks. Time spent in this area will pay dividends far into the future. C. The owner will usually expect the property manager to be fully qualified to execute leases for residential real estate, and the owner or the owner's attorney may wish to execute commercial leases. The manager will be expected to know the various aspects of lease content in order to utilize valid and enforceable leases. Many standard form pre-printed leases are available for use. However, the validity of any lease is dependent upon it containing the full agreement of the parties. D. Tenant relations. Leasing the unit is an important part of any management plan, but retaining tenants is where the manager's professionalism is tested.